Hello everyone, Cholera coming back at you with Game 2 of the Incruit OSL Round 36, Group A between Pure and Hyuk. Pure, the Protoss player, is up 1-0 against Hyuk, and once again we're on a new map. This is the second of the two new maps of this OSL, Return of the King. And maybe they were calling it Return of the King because they thought Boxer would be able to play in this OSL, but unfortunately Boxer did not qualify, so he won't be returning on this map. I do think this map is rather Terran favored, so that would have been nice, but probably not going to happen. But anyway, this map it reminds me a lot of Wuthering Heights, except there are no expansions in the middle of the map. There's basically a large mountain in the middle of the map, and on top of that mountain is another mountain, and this takes pretty much the entire middle of the map. I think this is going to be fairly Terran biased, and there is one expansion behind each of these main bases on a mountain actually, which is inaccessible except by air, and in fact it has a mineral patch blocking, so Terrans can't even afford a command center. So this expansion is completely protected. However, you do need drop capability to be able to get to there. And I just can't wait until very soon when a Terran decides to go for a fast tank rush and just rushes a dropship with 2 tanks into that island in the back of everyone's main base and just sieges the entire main base, because I think it would have range on the entire main base, including the main hatchery or nexus or whatnot. And I think that would be just very devastating, and I can't wait until that happens. I think storm drops are also capable, but storm drops, of course, don't have the same range as siege tanks do. So we'll have to see, though, how these players decide to use that expansion behind their base, and if any of them decide to exploit it for an offensive capability. But certainly, I think that favors Protoss also a little bit. Protoss naturally do go into drop capacity against Zerg by going reverse air. And so they'll be able to pick up that completely free expansion in the back of their base, which is going to be completely protected also, obviously because it's in the corner of the map behind your base. Looks like a 9 pool actually going up for Hyuk here. Hyuk last game really, I felt, didn't play the map very well. He really just went for this very low-tech build and didn't get dropped until very late in the game when Pure was already very far ahead in his Reaver and Corsair attack, and just completely dominated him when he tried to drop, and his ground attacks were completely useless. So we'll see how Hyuk changes up his game in this one. Looks like a Nexus going down first for Pure, actually. He won Forge first, but he decided not to build those photon cannons, and this might prove to be very, very bad for him, depending on whether Hyuk can get a scout off on this. Finally now putting down his first photon cannon. But against a 9 pool, usually the Protoss player wants to build his cannons before the Nexus, because they might not come in, and the photon cannons might not warp in time to be able to deal with those 6 Zerglings. But it looks like Hyuk, oh man, Hyuk is actually chasing the scouting probe around instead of running directly towards Pure's base. So unfortunately, I don't think Hyuk is going to be able to do anything early on here with his first 6 Zerglings, so certainly not anymore, given the fact that both cannons are now going to be warping in fairly soon. So Hyuk deciding to take his natural expansion now, which is below the ramp, and he's going to cut his gas production also after probably getting metabolic boost or speed upgrade for Zerglings. I think he did miss a little bit of a golden opportunity there, though, to sneak some Zerglings by and cause some economic havoc in Pure's base. And it seems like the 9 pool has been the build du jour of the last few months. Zerg players just have been using it pretty much all the time to deal with the fast expand from the Protoss player. And I think it is a very good build. I like to do it when I play Zerg versus Protoss. Of course, my Zerglings, most of the times when I try to run them through, they just get caught up on some building, and like a noob, I just lose them to cannons. But I'm sure these programmers do know better. And Hyuk's getting his second expansion now at the mineral only, which is right of his base. So he's getting both of his expansions basically, and he's gotten a good scout into Pure's base. The one advantage that Hyuk has right now is that he will be able to deny any scouting units from Pure until Pure gets Corsairs. But he certainly is economically behind because he did go for that 9 pool and did manage to cause any sort of economic damage onto Pure. Pure now putting up his Cybernetics core. I think Pure can pretty much play a standard Reaver Corsair build and win this game based on his performance last game, or rather based on Hyuk's performance or lack of performance last game. I think Pure's Corsair Reaver build is definitely good enough to win on this map, given all the difficulties in moving around by land because of the mountainous terrain in the center of the map. I think Corsair Reaver is going to be the standard Protoss versus Zerg build on this map. And given Hyuk's terrible control last game, I'm not sure if Hyuk's going to be able to do anything about it. We'll have to see. And by the way, before the game heats up again, big shout out to the residents and the medical students at the Linda Lomo Medical School for watching this video. It's absolutely amazing that you guys are spending your time, your precious little free time watching this. I received a very nice letter from one of them, Rafano, a fourth-year medical student there, who says that I want you, I'm quoting him, I want you to personally know that in your own way, you are helping to save lives. Since my friends and I spend up to 36 hours in the hospital at a time and have national exams and other stresses, your videos are sometimes the only source of entertainment of which we may partake. Thus it's through the de-stressing nature of your StarCraft vids, as well as your intelligent and winsome commentary, that we are invigorated to return to the wards day after day and provide patient care. So feel gratified that indeed your commentaries are indirectly helping the medical community at large. Wow, I have to say, that's quite an honor. Thank you very much there, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, back to the game. It looks like Hyuk has gone for a Spire first here, not going for the Hydros build that he did last game, and it's going to be a while before Pure knows this is coming. He's building a Corsair inside his base, and he is going to be trying to scout with that, certainly, but it's going to be a race now between whether Pure can scout this first and try to plant that second Stargate and plant some Photon Cannons, or whether Hyuk, going for a relatively fast build here into Mutalisks, will be able to get those Mutas and get those Scourge in and do a lot of damage to Pure. It's going to be very close. Of course, this build is rather risky for the Zerg player because Mutalisks become quite useless, basically, after a little bit of time. If there's enough Corsairs, especially with a +1 attack upgrade, which I think was being upgraded at the Cybernetics Core. Hydrostin also going up now for Hyuk, and looks like Pure has he spotted? I'm not sure if he's spotted or not. I think he's his first Corsair is busy trying to kill off that Overlord now, and there might be some Scourge popping up right next to that Corsair, which would be big trouble for Hyuk. We'll have to see for Pure, and we'll see how much attention Pure is paying. Looks like he has paid attention to his Corsair. Wow. Hyuk, I think he could have picked it off if he immediately microed those Scourge over, but looks like the Scourge will not be able to get that Corsair after all. So Pure definitely now knows what's going on inside of Hyuk's base. He knows he's gone for the Spire first and not the Hydralisks first, so he's going to have to readjust his game, maybe put down the second Stargate, and maybe a few more Photon Cannons in the back there to prevent against a successful Mutalisk crash. And here comes a possible snipe here from Hyuk. Will be able to do this? No. Looks like he's just going for a scout there. I don't think he saw the shuttle. That would have been very impressive if he managed to snipe off that shuttle. Certainly that would have set Pure back pretty far. But Pure now has that shuttle up. He's going to pump up more Corsairs, and he probably is going to get a Reaver out soon. So he's going to begin his Corsair Reaver build. So yeah, very much thank you to those medical students and those residents watching. I'm very honored to hear that there's doctors watching this video. I've been very impressed at just how widely, like in terms of geography and in terms of just walks of life, my videos have been watched. I think there's a lawyer who watched them. There's girls who watch them. OMG. But yeah. Anyway, I'm sure this is true for everyone else's videos too. Klazart, Diggity, and Moltrap. It's a real honor. Anyway, Citadel of Doom going up for Pure inside of his base. Looks like he's going to be getting that +1 upgrade, attack upgrade, and then Zealot Leg. So he's going to be going for more of a hybrid build here, not going for pure Corsair Reaver, but also going for ground forces fairly early. And we'll see if he decides to put that Templar Archive down. He may decide to do so, but I'm not sure. And looks like he is going to try to take that island expansion behind his base and basically just take it for free. Actually, I'm completely wrong. I'm sorry about that. That island expansion is not on a hill. It is on a valley behind the base. So forget what I said about tanks. Well, I mean, tanks still would be. It still would be possible for tanks to shell upwards, but probably not as successfully if there's any range units around. Like Dragoons, obviously. Although they still would be somewhat successful if they manage to get back there. Whoa! Pure almost running into a clump of Hydralisks there. So nice positioning there by Hyuk, but he's not gonna catch that shuttle, unfortunately. He does have Zerglings all around the map, though, so he is gonna know where the general progress is. And if he brings enough Corsairs into the right position, he might be able to pick off that shuttle, which would be really, really huge. That could swing the game completely to his favor. Here comes two Scourge. Those are probably not going to do anything, though. And it's going to be about Pure's micro here versus Hyuk's defense. And also a little bit about luck, to be honest. If Hyuk manages to get a little bit lucky and Pure gets a little bit unlucky, he could lose that shuttle and hence the complete lead in the game right now. I still feel that Hyuk is a bit behind. Hyuk